What's going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're here for episode 40 of our Madden 24 Arizona Cardinals franchise mode. Off the finish of a perfect, undefeated 17-0 season. Today's episode starts our playoff journey in the divisional round against a divisional opponent, the runners-up in the NFC West in the 8-9 San Francisco 49ers, a team that offensively wasn't anything special, even though they are littered with talent, with Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and of course the great Christian McCaffrey. Defensively, also underperformed, but we know they are absolutely layered with talent. They are literally a better overall roster than us, so not an easy opponent. An opponent that has played us twice already. They know what we do. They know what we do well. They know what we don't do well. We struggle against opposing teams' tight ends. That tends to be a strategy. On the offensive side, you blitz us. I don't like being blitzed because sometimes our offensive line doesn't pick it up. I try to bail. I try to extend plays with Kyler Murray. That is where we get into trouble. So the San Francisco 49ers know us more than any other team that will meet us in the playoffs. So we got to make sure we handle business here today in the divisional round. Obviously, if you missed the last episode, go watch it. It is the culmination of a perfect 17-0 season. But here's how we got it. We have Kyler Murray, who is the front runner for the MVP award. 4,500 yards, 50 touchdowns, under 10 interceptions. Honestly, I'm more impressed with the under 10 interceptions than anything. It's been a minute since I've thrown for under 10 picks in a full all-Madden season. He also had some decent rushing numbers. We had 2,000-yard rushers. Roosevelt Bands likely going to be running back of the year. In the receiving room, we have Marcus House, who is the best tight end in all of football and arguably the best wide receiver in all of football. He does both. Tight end is just a label. It's not what he does. It's not what he is. Hollywood Brown had 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns, and we're going to get to in just a second because there is something that needs to be brought up amongst our 17-0 undefeated dominant season, which we will get into. Archibald, our first-round pick, had a hell of a season, big-time playmaker, as well as Rondale Moore. Stats don't look crazy, but he did miss a bunch of games, and he is going to have to find a way to step up. Defensively, well, we have, in my opinion, the actual MVP, which is B.J. Ojulari. 68 tackles, 48 TFLs, which is like 12 more than Aaron Donald, which I think was second place. 36 and a half sacks, which is still surprisingly not the most sacks I've seen in Madden. I have in Simmed seen Khalil Mack. I've in Sim seen Myles Garrett over the last 2 Mads or so get, I think, 39 sacks in a season, most I've seen in a Sim, let alone like someone just playing franchise mode and, say, sharing their sack record on social media and everything. So it's not the highest I've seen. It's the highest we've had. I think the highest I had before this, I talked about it in the last episode. I think I had 32 one year with Fletcher Cox in an Eagles franchise. So, I mean, beyond that, Milton Williams, who was our big free agency signing, poaching him away from the Seattle Seahawks, 16 TFLs, 10.5 sacks. We got 10 there from Duval, the rookie, 8.5 from Boogie Basham, 8 from Zaven Collins, 7 picks. Kenny Hodges leading the league, 5 from Garrett Williams, 4 from Marco Wilson. But Kenny Hodges, another name, much like Hollywood Brown, that you need to know. We also have a perfect superstar kicker in TJ Klein, 23-23, 83 of 83, and he actually now has both of his abilities. So we get the perfect kicking arc and slower kicking meter, which is all you could ask for. So everything looks good, right? Everything on paper is like, holy, there is nothing stopping this absolute juggernaut of a squad. Until you look at the adversity. Our deep threat, our wide receiver, technically our wide receiver 1, our highest rated wide receiver is going to miss this game, which is a bummer. We have Kenny Hodges, who is going to miss 2 weeks. We're optimistic that because sometimes this is fictional. Sometimes they clickbait you here a little bit. We are optimistic that if we can go on and make a Super Bowl, we will have both these guys for the Super Bowl. But, 1,000 yards, one of the best deep threat wide receivers in the league. Hell of a connection. 1-2 punch with Kyler Murray. That's the guy Kyler Murray looks for once the play breaks down a little bit, and he's keeping his eyes downfield, looking 20 yards downfield. We are looking for Hollywood Brown. We're not going to have that. We need Rondale Moore to step up. Kenny Hodges, arguably the best ball hawking corner in the NFL since he's been in the league as our first overall pick, the number 1 pick in the draft last year. He is out after leading the league in interceptions this season for 2 weeks with a dislocated elbow. Now, did that injury, this is the injury we paid to go undefeated because we had him playing late in our final game. And he picked up that injury late. He picked up that injury really when the game was over. We already had 17-0 secured. We played with fire, and we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to pay for it. Especially going up a team like San Francisco, where you want as much as you possibly get on the back end of your defense to help control their offense. But surprisingly, shockingly, the Niners checked the ball down with Brock Purdy a lot. 97% accuracy going on the check down, so we are absolutely going to try to take that away and make Brock Purdy beat him with his arm. We have their defense, which is pretty good. And I think, we can throw the football all over them. We can run the football. I think for me, we're going to need to throw it, so we will focus on our checkdowns. But I will say, now that we are rolling into the playoffs with those injuries, we do not want to pick up a cheesy BS practice injury. We do not need any more. We have paid our karma. And look, we got rich. Okay, luckily we got a depth linebacker. Not too bad. We have paid our dues. Our karma has been paid for. We get Albert O with an injury. So we are getting a couple injuries. Not an epic, full, clean bill of health. So we're going with all of our depth. But could have been a lot worse roles. That injury could have been Marcus House instead of Albert O. That injury could have been to Owen Papo instead of Richmond, the depth linebacker. So we are going in as healthy as we possibly can be. And the last little thing is that, this time last year, we were 13-4. We were the 1 seed last year. We have had an epic turnaround here in Arizona, and we were 1 and done. We lost in the divisional round to the Carolina Panthers, who went on to win the Super Bowl last year, who this year is 15-2. One of the best records, one of the best teams I've seen in a minute. I hope we run into them again, to be honest with you. But the moral of the story is we were outstanding last year in the regular season. Not perfect, but outstanding. And we were 1 and done. So the pressure is here. It's like Peyton Manning back in the day before Peyton Manning went on to win his first Super Bowl. Was, okay, we see what you did in the regular season, but when it's the playoffs, you're a different person. And there's a little bit of concern, even only after 1 year, that can this team finally perform in the playoffs against a team that, from a talent standpoint, is better than us, right? That's shocking to say at 17-0 for a team that went below 500. But the fact of the matter is, numbers are numbers, and the numbers that these guys have are a little bit better than the numbers we have. They have Purdy, got CMC 99, Debo 92, Ayuk 91, Kittle 97. Offensive line, oof. We are going to bring the pain. I'm going to tell you that right now. We are going to bring the pain, and I'm going to watch Ojolari. He's going to need a big game. They got Bosa, who's a 99 X Factor. You got Hargrave. Fred Warner's a 99. Dre Greenlaw's a 90. You got Ward, who's an 89. And then at safety, Hufanga, 93 superstar. So lots of talent. We need to get over the hump. And it is time to establish our dominance, at least here in the division round, over the NFC West. Let's go. I think you look at this one for the first snap. Our big advantage is going to be our defensive line against their offensive line, even though they got the talent. Christian McCaffrey can make anybody miss. Ayuk, Debo, yards after catch, ability to make plays downfield. It can happen. But all of that is for naught if the big guys up front can't stop this red wall from crashing and destroying everything about the integrity of this Niners offense. And that's what we're going to try to do here today. That looks like a hold. And, all right. Very low effort initial tackle by Marco Wilson. All right, trying to bend, don't break here. We got him 3rd and 5. A couple big runs there by CMC. I think this one here, we go middle of the defense. Papo. And it's... All right, could have asked for a worse start. Does the playoff curse continue here for the Cardinals? No! No! Oh, come on, man. That was... Am I going to be able to carry this on? That's going to be the question. What is going to be the input delay when I do this live? Look, it's like this NASCAR. When you're trying to get the... Too much Pal World was played last night with my son, apparently. Okay, here we go. Oh, no. Still a huge play downfield to Calvin Austin. But Shaq Norton, our starting center, who is often hurt, leaving the game here. Good run. Roosevelt Bonds get up to the goal-to-go situation. Torn labrum. Okay, the most common injury in Madden 24 strikes the interior of our O-line. Don't love the slant. Say it every time, though. Slant is also a run play for us. But I'm going to imagine they're going to spy Kyler Murray. Okay, we have a... There we go. They had a guy wide open. Took us a little bit longer to get to him, but we had a guy wide open, and we're tied up at 7. Well, we need the league MVP here to step up. Ooh, and they're doing what I personally think you should always do against a premier edge rusher, and that is run the football at him. What is this defense? Guys are just standing there while they're open. There's no aggressive, there's no getting tight, there's no hand fighting. There's a wide open Debo broken tackle again. Injury for Debo. Got to monitor that. Oh, he's stretching that out. Watch it be like a neck strain. All right, this has been terrible defensively. Absolutely terrible. We've done nothing. There's been no resistance. Okay. Trying to keep our balance is going to be tough against two really good linebackers. And this game is shaping up to be a shootout. You don't want to be the first team that blinks. And by that, I mean the first team that has to settle for a punt. But if I am going to pick on them, it will be through the air. I will take Marcus House every day of the week over Fred Warner in coverage. Oh, there we go. Outstanding. That is running back of the year. Would have loved a house call there, but a big run up to the 1-yard line. And as much as our defense has been disappointing, the Niners have been at least matching that. Got to get a yard. Not an easy yard to get. Oh, it's going to be a battle. You know the Niners like playing bully ball. Bullies don't like when you can punch them in the mouth. Bullies do not like it when you punch them in the mouth. Hey, Kevin Dotson. Let's go. Taken for a ride, Mr. Bosa. And we're tied up at 14. Come on. Prove you the MVP, Ojulari. Okay, lots of audibles coming in from Purdy. Thinks he sees something. And I see a drop. Them find the space, a.k.a. hold up long enough for Ojulari to get home. We should have went outside. There was a wide open. I don't know why. It looked like a tight end was wide open in the flat, and I'll take that. Well, there's some confusion there by the Niners. This drive very important. We got the momentum meter starting at the top there to go on our side. This is the drive, though. We get all of the momentum. As another injury on the O-line, Paris Johnson Jr., our highest-rated O-lineman, by like 5 points. Hopefully it's not serious. There we go. Claypool, Mapletrot makes a grab. Bruised shoulder, get the fuck back in there. All due respect. I'll go to House. Always open. A little fancy play here. A little jet sweep Archibald. Fastest player on our offense. And he gets stuck behind the line of scrimmage. Awesome. Great play call. Okay, we got a run here on 2nd 11. Don't like this either. Curls. We got House. That's where we want to go. Even though it's Fred Warner up against him. Middle of the field. Looks good. To take off and run. So much of our 17-0 season is due to the fact that we almost always get the ball to start the second half. We have an elite coin toss win rate. So it's all about scoring at the end of the first half, getting the ball, and scoring to start the second half. I think that's one of the biggest things. Underrated, not talked about thing that has contributed to our 17-0 undefeated season. Because it works. 2nd and 5. Rondale Moore, potentially a shot play here. Luckily, that was not jumped by Hufanga as we got hit by the linebacker. 3rd and 5. Well, these are our calls. Definitely going on the throw. Looking at this, Archibald right bumper. Roosevelt Bonds potentially out of the backfield. We got Rondale Moore getting some separation. Good run. I mean, I do think we're down Hollywood Brown, so we're kind of down a little bit the shot play. So how do you compensate that? You got to find something else you can throw in the mix, and maybe that for us is Kyler Murray scrambling a lot more. Because you got to remember, at one point in time, man, we had 1,200 yards rushing with Kyler Murray. We broke the record for most rushing yards for a quarterback, and he played 8 games. Didn't like that. Why are these our play calls? House rule in effect. Try to call what the coach wants. No time. We had him. We had even somewhat of a pocket. We had Rondale Moore going to be wide open. And now we go to a spacing play. Not necessarily a high percentage play. As we get insta-sacked, pretty much back-to-back plays. But be able to kick 3, get a lead going into halftime, and to get the ball to start the second half. And it's good. I mean, having a superstar kicker with both abilities, going to be pretty difficult to miss kicks, to be honest with you, unless we're getting iced. There we go. House over Dre Greenlaw. And now we've got ourselves 3rd and long. I'd like to see 8 to 9 at minimum to give us a potential go for it on 4th down situation. And they bring the house. And Diamador Lenore gets home on the corner blitz. What did I say? This team knows us more than the other team. They know we don't like to get blitzed. Hunt. There we go. Come on. Heat up here. This game does feel like a shootout, but every shootout doesn't have to be a touchdown. We get a stop, they get a stop. That's what we got to do. We got to match what they do. We need Ojulari to play like the goddamn MVP we know he is, even if he's getting double-teamed. 3rd and 9. All eyes on 19. I think they're going to try to go to Kittle or Debo quick. Here we go. Ugly, but it counts. Beautifully. Hold on to it. Let's go, Archibald. He's who we need to step up. He is the most built like Hollywood Brown. We drafted him because we thought we would trade Hollywood Brown. So with no Hollywood Brown, when Kyler airs that shit out, 87 needs to be the guy that can make plays. Now we get the Rondale Moore money play, except it's actually not Rondale Moore they're looking for. It's going to be Archibald again. Man, yeah, I mean, usually that play they're wide open. That is a catch that sometimes I've seen dropped. So great for him holding on. We got the chew clock on here just a little bit. Eat away the middle part of this game. Make this drive even more impressive because, you know, we might be able to take this into the 4th. Get that touchdown. Go up a couple scores. Would be huge. 2nd and goal from the 5. Can't stall out here again. Oh, yeah, close up to the 1. Fullback in. Oh, come on. This is my favorite play, even though we don't have the tush push. Hopefully the tush push gets that next year. Just man on man. Who wants it more? I'll tell you what. It's the team that's 17-0. Man, come on. I think we got a lead and it's the 4th quarter, but that's probably better than prevent coverage here. Going down super quick. It's not like they're shot plays, so they are not only competing against us, but the clock. So the longer we can make them take the score, the better. Get out here. 4th and inches. Not a great throw there by Brock Purdy. I mean, they'd probably take the field goal here, right? Let's make sure they do. I've been lied to when it suggests field goal. Okay. 1-score game. Let's close this one out. And I'm noticing at the bottom of the ticker, I was hoping we would play the Panthers. I think storyline-wise, Panthers would be awesome. They fall to the Eagles. 17-14. Damn. And then the other side, Kansas City being Kansas City. I think that is maybe the head-on collision here. The two favorites, the Chiefs and Cardinals Super Bowl. Wow. I really thought the Panthers were going to... It was destiny that we were going to play them. But it takes 2 to tango, 2 to hold up their argument. And, it's not meant for everybody. All right, we got 2nd and 6. Come on, Ronnie. Come on, Ronnie. Oh, that's awesome. It's all on Collie, though. I've done enough Madden 24 to know if you don't have a great quarterback, that throw's not going in front of that receiver. It'll go behind him for a pick. I've had those pick throws jump before. No. Running back of the year, Roosevelt Bonds, down with an injury late. Stretching him out there. So we'll go with a low-risk screen pass to Calvin Austin, who I think is our leading receiver of the day. Hopefully don't lose yards. Or how about 63 fucking block? What was that? Running around like a chicken with his head cut. We'll take it to the 2-minute warning and kick the field goal. What a terrible block. And my coach wants to go for it? I'm going to be honest. I think I might need to veto the coach here. We just saw the Panthers lose. You just saw a gigantic upset between the defending Super Bowl champion, favorite to go to the championship game. What is the field goal here? 53 yards. Every day of the week, I'm taking this. We have a kicker that is yet to miss all year. Almost blocked. But that is straight down the middle. Ice in the veins of Klein. And there's the insurance. That should do it. Up 10, minute 54. And outside of like the big CMC runs, they have not got big time plays. And you're not going to run the ball with 2 minutes to go. So this is where we just go, okay. They throw checkdowns. It's a Brock Purdy offense. Good luck. Because when you got to hold up, we're going to do this, and we're going to bring the pressure. That's actually a pretty damn good throw there. Throw and grab, George Kittle. Okay, they're not using any of their timeouts. Going back to the same money plays over and over again. Oh, that's a great tackle, honestly. Brandon Ayuk gets hurt. More, that's serious. You got to be considerate there, but can't stay in bounds. Damn it. I mean, they got to get the onside. Hands team out there. Close this one out with the best formation, the best offensive play call in all of football. Victory. And the Cardinals defeat the Niners 27-24. Maybe closer than you would have expected if you looked at the records. But I knew this game was going to be a battle. We were down to uber talented players, one on offense, one in defense. And here we go. Kyler Murray played a clean game. 253 yards, 1 touchdown. No picks, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. Rose Bonds did pick up an injury, but I think he should be good to go next week. Receiving, Calvin Austin made some plays. What a weapon. Marcus House, 56 yards and a touchdown. Archibald stepped up in that shot play type role and thrived. Defensively, Marco Wilson stepped up, now at corner 1 because of the Kenny Hodges injury. Led the team with 9 tackles. We did have 1 TFL, 1 sack for Ojulari. Full credit to the Niners, though. We have a very good pass rush. It's not just Ojulari, and they were absolutely non-existent. Our defense, I mean, that's cause for concern going forward, to be honest for you. If that's the blueprint, did we get exposed a little bit? I don't necessarily know if that's going to be the case, but, you know, the Niners ran the football well. When you run the football well, it's hard to get home after the quarterback, obviously. And they had a couple money plays that we struggled to stop. But, all that being said, we are going to the NFC Championship game, and it's going to be the Battle of the Birds as we're taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. We did pick up an injury from all of that. And that is Shaq Norting, our starting center. 80 star def. Second-year player, out for 4 weeks. All right. I mean, there's our adversity right here. And looking ahead to the championship game and another team with a below 500 record, but a better roster than us. It is the 8-9 Philadelphia Eagles who upset, which I am still shocked. I mean, arguably that's an upset knowing how the sim works against the Dallas Cowboys. They upset the Carolina Panthers, who I obviously really wanted to play. I don't know if they're easier or harder, but I mean, looking at it, Bryce Young did have a turnover. Jalen Hurts played clean football. Just a kind of a low-scoring game. Power back for Cincinnati, got some tutties. Fullback for the Panthers got a touchdown. What is going on in this game? Very ugly game. Jake Ferguson, who had an insane season. You got Devontae there defensively. I mean, honestly, kind of a nothing burger. Byron Jones out of retirement for the Philadelphia Eagles secondary. All right, well, I feel pretty good about our shot. I mean, the Eagles have been a little lackadaisical. And on the other side, I mean, we got the Jets doing their thing. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, so the battle of the old men. You got Breece Hall, had a decent game. But, I mean, again, just I don't want to disrespect by saying nothing burger, but am I seeing enough here so far to be worried about any other team? Without looking too far ahead than the Kansas City Chiefs, who absolutely just did Chiefs-like thing. And I'm sure at this point they're at their press conference and say, we're underdogs. Everyone's doubting us the same way they do it in real life, even though we're a fucking dynasty. 5 touchdowns. You got 2 from Pacheco. Got fucking role players just dominating defensively. You know, even though they didn't get any pressure, you know they got that Spags-like defense. Spags is arguably like a Hall of Fame coordinator when all is said and done. So, we will be back before too long to get into the NFC Championship game against the Philadelphia Eagles to see if we can make it 19-0. But until that time, it's your boy C4 saying thank you very much for tuning in today's episode. As always, your first time stopping by, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button if you enjoyed. We'll be back tomorrow with a new episode of the Honey Hunters with a rebuild coming out on Saturday. I will also say I have a new idea. I don't know if it's going to be able to work. It's going to be on PC. I'm trying to utilize a little bit of the mods, but I have a rebuild-ish series that if I can do it, I'm actually going to be very excited to do. It's never been done before. Hopefully it works out. If not, I can kind of use a little imagination and get the same type of series out. But if I can get it all together, it'll be pretty badass. That's your little teaser for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, it's your boy C4 saying peace. I love ya. Have a good one.